brother. Be smart, don't get too smart, brother. Too smart, cause I bust your club, brother. Your club, brother. Be smart, brother. Be smart, brother. Be smart, brother. Be smart, don't get too smart, brother. Too smart, cause I bust your club, brother. Your club. Most them brothers ain't real though. Coming too fake like a dildo. Silly with a flow, I'm ill though. Said it with a flu, but I'm ill though. Talking better keep it lit still though. Lyrically you can really get killed though.
Look at how nicely shaped that thumb is, and look at that one, that might be a break. Get out of my way, blood.
Did you just say blood?
Brotherhood is the third part to the Kidulthood and Adulthood franchise. We're back with Sam, but it's a very different Sam. He's older, he's wiser, a little bit chubbier.
10 years after Adulthood, after Sam came out of jail, he's married, or he's got kids, 2 kids. Someone from his past comes back and really tries to draw the monster out, and Sam is really not interested in being that guy, protecting your family and looking after your own and being a good person.
Day one, we're calling this the old, our first did is a guy called Mick Ward, and we're calling it the Mick Ward working week. So basically, you work 5 days every day off. Very smart man, that's what he's done. First day, easy into it, it's all Noel. One location, one actor, and that's far, it's gone alright.
Thank you. Checks,
to be
please.
fair, Noel, he's having to do some, there's no let up, he's going for it, straight away, emotional stuff.
Day one, it's amazing how much work people do. A lot of people don't realise what goes into this stuff. They think I just get up one morning and shit fucking films out my ass.
Yo, what's going on? It's Arnold. I play the part of Henry, Adulthood, Brotherhood, but we're on set right now, Brotherhood, signing out. Peace.
It's Leishan Alexander playing Hugs in Brotherhood. Be with you soon. Action!
I went 3 steps backwards, but then I came through 4. Man's never brought Jakes to my mum's door. Man's trying to put peas in my mum's purse. Man's trying to mash peas off of one burst. I was doing MacD's with the footwork.
What's going on? Jamie Joseph on set with Brotherhood, The End, Youth 2, out here with Stormzy and all the crew.
My name's Mike.
Kick down man's door.
Yeah, I'm yards.
Don, he's got about 6 kids, coach. What do you mean, bruv?
Before doing this, I was quite nervous for obvious reasons, being a musician, never doing acting before, like literally going from not doing any acting to the big screen, like no little fear in between, like literally just being in the movie. So it's like, yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, he's great. He's kind of really blown up in the last 6 months, and we had already shot the film, but he was on his way. That wasn't really why he was cast. I saw him do his freestyle and I was like, man, he's so laid back, and that character I had in the script was kind of like that. I think people had approached him before and he didn't know if it always made sense. He said, and then I said, look, it's this film. And then he was like, oh, right, okay, this kind of would make sense. And I was like, yeah, you in a film makes sense. You in this film makes a lot of sense.
Don't do this shit, man. He's cool. He's cool, he's cool, he's cool.
I don't really get a chance to say who's cool.
When you're watching his music and his videos, like the natural ability to perform.
All that shit with your mum, I didn't know nothing that happened. I ain't got a problem with you, bro.
If he wants, he would definitely have a future in acting, if he wants to pursue it.
Henry's gonna be in the car. Ashanti, his girlfriend's gonna be calling him, asking him where he is, but everybody knows he's lying. He's lying. It's just a funny scene, you're gonna enjoy it, man, trust me. Where we going, bro? Mr. Hollywood's turn now. This is the disease, no. What are you going to do?
I'm Shaq. Today I am driving double for Arnold. So I think we're doing the scene now quickly, so I'm gonna go keep it moving.
I'm yours forever. Few more hours, Henry. That's all you owe this guy. Few more hours.
This is basically Arnold Ocheng, as known on this set as Mr. Hollywood, obviously recently from The Good Life with Reese Witherspoon, and he kindly said, listen, instead of getting the props like you normally would, I'll just give you the cash. So thank you, Arnold, for this. We appreciate the humbleness all the time for a British movie. Huh? That's all right. What about Essex? Used to be run by all the birds in the family, but they always kept the name. It was always led by the Dailies. Name came from me granddad. God,
he was a boy.
Doing our daily chores of counting drug money and weighing cocaine and drinking beer and...
I'm plotting on people.
I had my first beer today, you know.
Yeah.
That's my first beer. I don't drink that rubbish, but my first beer. Didn't taste too bad. Beer and cashew nuts. So that's the one. Beer and cashew nuts. That's the one.
Watch. See this, people. See this here. Freddie Nawaka is going to have a pot belly by the end of the year. Yeah. Beer and cashew nuts.
This is day 4, my first day. David Ajala, Shepherd's Bush, Westfield Shopping Centre. But I'm not doing any shopping. But actually, doing this job, I see it meant nothing.
Cut. Boom.
My friend Jason Maz has invited me down, and evidently I'm playing the role of a waiter. I mean, Noel Clarke's directing. I thought he was a bit scary at first, but after you spend some time with him, you know he's just a little cuddly bear. Was that all right?
No, he was great, man. You've done really well.
I was a little bit nervous.
You were a little bit nervous, yeah, I could tell.
Yeah.
But then he chilled out and we did a little flirty line and he was great, man. He was like,
sweet.
Can I get you anything else?
I can do flirting.
Yeah,
I just can't do waiting tables very well. Cheers now, man.
Cool. So when we first did this film, Kidulthood, it was done in 2006 maybe. And none of the Westfields were here. None of the shopping centres were here. And here we are 10 years later doing the final instalment in the series.
Kidulthood, for my generation, was the first time I had really seen our accents in terms of just people from the street, not black, not white, just people from working class background, wherever you're from in London, on a cinema screen.
Phenomenal. Nothing this country has ever seen before.
I call it our Boys in the Hood.
It was a really important moment because it was the first time that I'd ever been to the cinema and heard like slang that I used or that my friends used.
It was one of those films where you just quoting the film all the time at school.
Kidulthood, yeah. When that first dropped, it was a big change in the music scene. The album from the film did so well.
The track that stuck out to me the most was Bashi, Kidulthood to Adulthood. I remember I had that on my phone. It was like a Maniac production, and Bashi's a G. Like I got to big up Bashi for that, because like listening back to that, he caught the movie like in the soundtrack.
I was rapping at the time, and my name was starting to bubble, but it hadn't bubbled enough for me to get my song. I didn't really have any songs out properly at the time that could have really been on it. So I was just like, oh man, I wished I could have just got some music in that film. And then I just said to myself, if there's ever another Kidulthood 2, Kidulthood 3, I'm gonna have one of my songs in it. And then Noel heard a mixtape that I made, Buzzing on the Streets. Everyone had it. He bought 2 copies, heard it, and I had sampled snippets and sound bites from Kidulthood and put it on my mixtape. So when he heard it, I remember he told me a story. He's like, he heard it, and it starts off with all these skits from Kidulthood, and he was like, I'm gonna sue this guy. And then as he started to listen to it more and more, he's like, yo, this guy's kind of good. Yo, this CD's sick. I want him to do some music for the next Kidulthood 2, which ended up being called Adulthood.
Every day of my life, if I'm out, will remind me of this role. They will remind me of this character. They will remind me of the things I've said in this role. It's my Arnold Schwarzenegger moment. I'll be back. I have loads of people quoting my lines in the film, you know. So I blame Noel. I blame you for that.
I can clearly remember after the film came out, so after sort of, you know, everyone had kind of seen it and it trickled down into different schools, I then remember a lot of people approaching me and saying, you know, wow, that's my life, or that's what I'm living, or do you have any advice for this, or do you have any help for that? And that's when I it was more the reaction to it than the hype that I remember more than anything.
Back then I thought, yeah, this is raw, but looking back now, I'm like, flipping neck, like that is like proper, like they caught the street culture, like Noel did a great job of that.
Look, we were just talking about how things have changed in London.
As gang ridden.
Yeah.
It's quite rough, isn't it?
It was, but see the thing is, even though it was rough, like, we got on with it.
Yeah, you didn't realise it back then, innit?
That's what I'm saying.
And when you look back on it,
yeah.
Like, oh wow, that's quite bad.
Yeah. If Kidulthood is about discovery, fringing on choice, and Adulthood is about choices, this movie would be about
Brotherhood is about...
The film is just really about...
You know, it's...
It is about brotherhood.
Protecting your family and looking after your own and being a good person.
I think it's perseverance. Because you've made the choice, but now you have to persevere with it.
Trying to do the right thing.
What happens when people from your old life or your past kind of try and suck you back in?
Family, it's about love, it's about friendships.
Yo, half your man, them a locked up pistol, one in Budge. Them cold ass nights on the strip, never done him good. Ride for my team and I ride like my brothers would. And we don't do friends round here, man, it's brotherhood.
So maybe drop like look at you now. You need to know what you're getting into. Good, nice and methodical, put it in. Send this in, great. What? What's going on? And then you just pull her up and just start. No. but do the dancing, no? That dancing, dude.
No, that's too hard. I can't do that, man. Okay, baby. Okay, babe. Cool.
Yeah, but you don't need to say shit again. It's the face, innit?
Okay,
baby.
Okay, baby.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. All right, let's do it. Lil's out here, baby.
Yeah. Just leave it, yeah? He's an asshole. Just move the car.
Okay, baby. Sorry, reception, babe. I gotta go. See you later. Bye.
Henry, oi! If you're ever lying...
Working with Noel's cool. He knows what he wants to do. He's very sure. It's like, have you got it? Yes, moving on.
Terrible. He's awful. No, I had a lot of fun. Actually, I'm really, really grateful. Maybe it's time to give him a little more incentive. I mean, that's why you made me do it, right? Oh my God, I'm sorry. My brain is stuck. I don't know why. As a director, I think he's very dynamic because he really connects with you.
Noel is brilliant in terms of just completely being able to be a multi-hyphen. I mean, there's not many people insane enough to take on the challenge of producing, writing, directing, and acting.
Sorry. Got. Great, let's go tight.
And the way that he's able to sort of take off different hats and use different tools and techniques is astounding.
For me to go up to him and sort of ask producing questions, checking that everything was happening, to then realise he's still a little bit in character and I kind of have to give him a moment, or he's just finished doing like a crying scene and maybe asking a budget question isn't the best sort of moment to ask him. I learnt that very quickly. He's so focused, he's so driven. He expects a lot of people. He pushes people to perform the best they possibly can.
He's paved the way for himself, and now with films like this, he's paving ways for more youngsters and more youths to come through and gain some valuable experience. Do you know what I mean?
Yo, it's Mega from Soul Silicon. Peace.
I'm Johanna James. I play Penny, the fiancée of Royston out there.
Of course, Big Fetchy, we're still here, man. Still working.
I'm Olivia Chinnery. I'm playing Soraya.
My name is Mahalia and I'm playing Thea.
My name's Jack, I'm playing Drew.
You know, you've got people like Jack McMullen and Calvin Denber and Faddy. Faddy immediately got an audition for Doctor Who spin-off and now is in that. There might be people that say, oh yeah, well, he's talented. He's very talented. But this suddenly on your CV just gets you in more rooms. Ashley Thomas, Bashi, who started out with Adulthood soundtrack and then he's in 4321 and then Shank started off. You know, he just got 24. He's in 24 now. He's in LA for 10 months. Lashana Lynch, Fast Girls, she's in this as well. Arnold Ocheng in Adulthood, The Knot, 4321, a lot of my films. He was then got The Good Lie. You know, he does Hollywood films and it's like...
And don't do anything crazy!
These are people I can spot and they might not get the opportunity had we not put them in these films. Their talent would always get them there, but you know, maybe the journey would just take a bit longer.
Yeah, man, make sure you look out for it. It's going to be massive, it's going to be big. Got all the big boys in it. Got big Hollywood stars, we've got Storms, we've got myself. It's going to be massive, man. The UK is doing it big, man. 216, come on.
I was MCing, so I went under the name Snakey, man. I used to MC. And Box Fresh asked me, do you want to perform at the after party for Kidulthood? I was like, oh my days. I was like, okay, cool. I need to, okay, yeah, tell them I'm going to perform at the after party. So I went to the after party, went there. And in my head, I said, you know what? I'm going to see Noel Clarke.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, yo, bro, what's good? Do you remember me from a couple of years back? And you know, reignite that connection we had. So I saw him and I said to him, bro, what's up? And he goes like, Arnie, you know, no, don't forget a face. He's a very loyal guy. He was like, yo, Arnie, what's going on, man? And what happened? We lost contact. I said, I know. I said, yo, bro, look, the idea you told me, you made it happen. He goes, I know. He goes, don't worry though. There's more stuff. There's more scripts. I'll let you know. At the time, I'm thinking, you know, I didn't really know him that well, so I'm thinking, all right, cool. But then, you know what? The audition came about. He messaged me, said, Arnold, the audition's coming for Adulthood. I really want you to be in this one. You was meant to be in the other one. I really want you to, you know, went to the audition for Adulthood. And I thought it would be simple. He wants me in this film. He's going to go easy on me. He came down hard on me in the audition. Like, he was like, action. Did the scene, cut, walks over to me, because there's another casting director in the room, walks over to me, whispers to me, Arnold, come on, man, you got to do it harder than that, come on. So I'm like, oh, okay, cut. Arnold, you're letting me down, come on. So I'm panicking now. So I do it again. Then he's like, okay, cool. Thank you very much, see you later. I walked out of the audition thinking, oh man, I didn't get it. And I got the phone call and said, yeah, Arnold, you got it. Then when I was filming now, my first day on set, I remember, I'll never forget, he said to me, I told him, I said, bro, you know in the auditions, you came down hard on me. And he said to me, Arnold, to be honest, yeah, you always had the part, yeah. I just wanted you to really work for it and show the other casting director that I picked the right person. And I'll never forget that.
My name's Fadil Saeed, I'm playing the character of Wano. And right now we're about to do the scene when Sam comes through to the house and takes me hostage.
It's going good, man. I'm just getting beaten up. Look at me, man.
Yeah, you're fucked, fam. What now? Fuck! Hassan, you put it in the car and it transforms. Come. Bro, I hold it down, big man. My leg, man. Cause my leg.
Wearing the fish and chips right here in the hood, like McGrath. You know, so good in the hood, baby. So someone's about to get tucked in a little bit, you know, threatened with a knife, and then we realise who's who. That's all I know for now, you know what I mean? Busy, Becca. That's how we go, you know? So yeah, I hope I get some action too.
Brotherhood is an eye into London now.
Look, London is such an interesting place. Multicultural society, different people from all around the world. Everyone comes to London. London to me feels like the capital of Europe, not just England.
London has a huge changing face. We have extreme wealth now, extreme wealth now, and extreme poverty still.
I'm standing here in West London at the moment, and as you'll see through the process of the film, like the two installments, it's filmed here on location in West London.
You have Notting Hill is right next door to where we filmed this. London is so diverse that this is one side. It's not every street, but it will be every second or third street.
Back in the day, like I remember, you couldn't drive up the high road or drive past the chicken shops or without seeing like 20 of us on pushbacks. Like,
so a lot of areas that were rough have kind of got this edgy but cool edge to them, like Shoreditch. And I don't know if that's a good thing yet.
So I've never been part of for gentrification, not at all. I've seen it, and especially in my hometown, Brixton, I don't like what they're doing. They're doing it with West London. They're doing it all over the world, you know. And the government doesn't care. They see it as, if you can't afford it, move out.
I think Noel's managed to capture a lot of that, probably even within this film, about how much it's moved away from the first film, even the area, the look, the feel, the people.
They get up, they work to pay the rent. They get up, they work to pay the mortgage. They live. They don't have homes. Very few people have homes in London. So Noel's character, I would think, just on the fact that he's working all these jobs, he's living.
Yo! Fight scenes in the film were very strongly choreographed. I wanted to make sure that even though they were quite wild and quite not, you know, plotted out martial arts moves, that actually the fights were still going to be done in a way that would made them quite visceral and quite real, and especially the last fight with Curtis. I wrote it, and then the guys literally have choreographed it the way that I put it down on paper. So, you know, when you get hit, it hurts and you feel it. The costumes were really well designed by Andy Blake and his team, but essentially what makes them so good is the fact that they just look normal. The way that we wanted and saw the youth of today for the younger characters. The beauty is in the simplicity, is that they're just normal clothes that people would wear, but you know, he just gives them that extra little bit of pop of colour that just makes them work.
I look like a Wally, which is fine. I think the thing with Bailey is the more serious that I take it, the better it is, because he thinks he was mustard. So.
Not having enough money is the main challenge. You know, not having enough time is another challenge. Locations, cost, catering, overtime. There's so many challenges making a low budget film, but they're all things that you have to sort of overcome by juggling the budget around and calling in favours and you know, making sure people are all on the same team and are going to muck in and get down and dirty, knowing that, you know, it's a team effort.
My name's Philip Crabb. I'm normally a runner driver on the set here of Brotherhood, # the end. But today, I'm playing an S. In a scene with no class.
Green screen, bit of a balcony, mother, bit of a sad end, put it all together. I'll be flipping over the balcony today.
She's going to lift herself up and go over the balcony sideways, which then cuts to her obviously falling 24 floors. Obviously making the frame soft along the top and making the actual fall, the gap, much smaller. So it's only like she's only falling about a foot as opposed to the whole length of the balcony.
I know Robert will be there for you.
And then look towards me, Shan.
I'm Detective Aziz, and I'm here with Detective Brown. We'll be interviewing Sam for stabbing. Should be quite interesting. And got solicitor over there.
No, it's too early. Too early in the morning. What are you doing to us? Solicitor. And I'm going to get Sam peeled off. Is that I do my job. That's how
I read the statement.
How's this going to work then? Because we've seen you in one of the other films.
No.
In the series.
Shut up, if they remember, I might lose my job. Hello, boss. This is the boss.
So what are we doing? I just saw a camera and I just want to be in it.
Has been going pretty well up until now, but we are in a situation where the location that we're meant to be shooting this afternoon is falling through. So that means we've got sort of 5 hours to try and find a plush flat to make it work. So hopefully we'll come back to this in 6 hours. Hopefully I'll be telling you a story about how it was amazing and we've come over every obstacle and we've got this really cool flat. Or I'll be saying it's the worst news in the world, we're in big trouble, I know what we're going to do, the film's falling apart. Stay tuned.
I'm Harry, I'm crowd AD. Today I've got 29 people here in this beautiful flat in West London for a big house party scene.
We're in the party mode right now. Had about 20-30 people in here. It's been rocking.
Stormzy with Faddy, with all the cast and crew, Noel directing.
My name's Noel Clark. I'm the director. So I've heard you say, Noel, you've done a fantastic job thus far. What I just would be interested in over camera is how do you manage to flip the roles? How do you manage to direct, be a producer and star in the movie? How's that been for you?
This film is kind of like pictures of a lot of the urban soundtracks that you hear. So that's why I think the Hood series, as they are, work, because it's like an urban soundtrack of a period.
No, you know, the music for the film has always been dope.
When Adulthood came out, British music, like hip-hop music, maybe wasn't at the forefront, you know, it was just bubbling over and starting to break into the mainstream, but everyone was still very much influenced by America in terms of their buying and purchasing habits. Now, there's like, you've got Krypton Conan, you've got Stormzy, you've got Bonkers, you've got you got Section Boys, you've got, and then you still have the guys that were around when Adulthood was popping. So you got Chip and you got Wretch and you got Tiny Temper and you got Gigs. So, but now this is at the forefront. When people want to listen to music, like their first port of call is British artists, British rappers.
Noel has lots of ties into the music industry. He has his own record label, actually. One of our opening tracks, he's part of the record label, Jamie Joseph, and again, it's just like keeping your finger on the pulse and finding those new tracks on Twitter and social media. And we did a few shout-outs as well on Twitter saying if people could send in their new tracks or anything that they had, and we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails in pre-production that we sorted through, and a couple of them are in the film.
I can feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it, Mate, forget all these people on the soundtrack, mate, look no further. That's what I'm saying.
This one has a lot more score than the others did. But there's not a lot of spaces where there isn't some sort of music, and the soundtrack in this one is as prevalent as it was in the other two, and as relevant as it was in the other two, and it's of this time. You know, in a few years' time, people will still be listening to this soundtrack because we've got the Chipmunks, we've got the Stormzy, we've got the Krept and Conan, you know, we've got P Money, and you know, people that are coming up. We've got Laura Mavula, we've got people that are of now, you know, and really breaking ground in their profession, in their industry, and you know, it's a very, very, very good soundtrack. It really is. It stands up to any of the others easily. That's how we roll, man. Production office, Brotherhood. Birthday today. His birthday last week, mine today.
Sagittarius season.
Sagittarius, champions.
We are pulling in about 350 people from massive comp. They're already arriving quite a bit early. That's going to be a sick day.
Big day today. Club scene, 250 extras. You just see full space.
300 people in a club is the easiest thing you can do for a crowd. You bring them in, tell them to have fun and listen to music. It's later on, when the gunshot happens and we all have to run away, that's when it gets tricky. We have to coordinate every single person's path crossing through. But that's the fun of it, all the chaos.
Keep up, lads. A lot's happening, you better keep up, man. Tell you, you get a seat like that. That's winning. That's winning. I don't hang up.
But right now, this is the opening scene. And Sam Pill's little brother, Royston, something bad's gonna happen to him, basically. Something really bad's gonna happen to him. So he's preparing up for that. How do you feel about that?
I'm actually a little bit nervous about it, to be honest.
I mean, one would be nervous if something like this was happening to them. But you're taking it in your stride, aren't you?
I'm taking it in my stride because that's what I do and that's what Royston does.
That's what Royston would do. I'll count you in. You're not singing the words.
Yes, I've forgotten.
Films are you know, have a lot of cogs, a lot of wheels, and you know, most things run smoothly, but you know, there's always drama at some point.
Broken a nail?
The crew was very, very diverse in the film, not because we're trying to hit any quotas or because we were ever trying to make it that way. That's just always the way that I've worked. You always go for the best people for the job that you can, and that's what we kind of did. And you know, at the same time, you know, we always try to make sure that everybody's team reflects the society we live in, you know, as long as they can still do the job.
Once pelvis, broken back, ruptured neck, broken, not broken but stabbed. Shot, stabbed.
What about on this job? Broken finger?
Broken finger was quite cool.
So I'll always try to use the same crew. If they're busy, I'll find someone else. So on this one, we got a DP called Aaron Reed. He shot a film that we produced called Legacy, and does a lot of music videos. And he's done an amazing job. Cinematically, this is a film. I think is an amazing achievement in 4 6-day weeks. And as you know, 12, 14-hour days, like, it's not easy.
Yo, half your man, them a locked up pistol, one in budge. Them cold ass nights on the strip never done him good.
We are about to get all of our extras on set for a big gym scene. It's going to be awesome. We've got Brad Pickett, UFC fighter here. He's going to be training with Noel. We've got an amateur boxer here, Rising Star, is going to be training with Noel.
We're in the gym in north-west London, and yeah, I'm on film set, yeah. Hopefully first of many for me.
Tell police to release for my team, do it ASAP before I come felt on myself. So tell me, why do you draw me out? I keep on guard when I walk about. Old school beef for some old school youths that are real old school. I'll sort them out, I just done some things that I never intended. Fucked up streets, that's fucked up beef that's never been ended. I won't act like I've never been tempted to grab my gun and go to war. To grab my gun with no remorse. To catch the youth and blow my torch. They kill the prick and go to court. Nobody cares who you done back then. Round here young G's don't think twice. Come to your block with a big Mac 10.
So, would you mind, we're explaining the scene. We're explaining the scene, you're saying whereas Ashley's character. Explain your scene, what do you do in the scene?
So we're about to do a raid on the house.
What are you going for? But I'm not on it.
Arnold's character sort of backs out, says he's not about that life anymore, and then we proceed.
And then,
hey.
tell them about what you're doing in the scene.
We are about to raid a house.
Simple.
Looking forward to the scene. Might improvise a little bit. Got my lines written on my hand, so if I do forget my line, I'll just.
My lines are written on Jason Mazza's face, as per usual.
It's forehead, 5 head, forehead. It's all love, Jason Mazza.
First feature, this is actually my first feature I've worked on. But I'm over the moon to do Brotherhood. I mean, I remember when Kidulthood came out. Yeah, when I first watched it, I was a bit young, so I didn't quite understand it. But as I got older, I watched it, man. That's got to be one of my favourite British films, man.
If you were 15 when Kidulthood came out, you're 25 now. You know, you've gone. If you were 20, you're 30 now. You've gone from essentially being a child or late teen into probably having a full-time job, or struggling to get one, maybe being engaged, having a long-term girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, whatever, maybe having kids. The 10 years from there to there, a lot of people will have had a lot of changes in their life, and I feel like they will relate to this film. They'll relate to the changes, even if it's not exactly to that character. They'll relate to the changes that will happen in their life.
Tallest, most best-looking gentleman and best supporting actor.
Oh, he's a cuddly bear, isn't he?
Are we filming or are we taking pictures?
Filming.
Oh, we're filming.
Okay.
She's still going to pose.
Cornell's keeping warm.
Keeping warm.
My name's Rosa, I'm playing Poppy, and this is the scene where Curtis asks Poppy to do something for him.
I am not sucking your cock.
I am not sucking your cock.
I am not sucking your cock.
I just feel bad that when we're in the scenes together up on the big screen, because people tend to look at the most beautifulest person on camera, they're going to be looking at me and not that. But I said, don't worry, because on second and third viewing, happy days.
Great.
So I'm wrapped on this is my last scene on Brotherhood. I just wrapped right now. I'm actually gutted, man. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life now.
He doesn't have a girlfriend, obviously.
Hello, it's Red Girl here, playing Alyssa on the set of Brotherhood. I'm going to speak completely honest. I get a bit sick of having to defend films like this because nobody thinks, you know, you can have a million James Bond films out where there's violence and there's sex and there's nudity and there's all sorts of things, and that's okay. But the second that you're young or urban and you do it, it's not okay.
I wouldn't say glamorizes or promotes drugs, guns, sex, violence. I think they're depicting a snapshot look into the part of the world where we're from.
This is what's happening on this side of London. This is what's happening right now, you know? It's educational.
It's not like a fun, get your popcorn out of the thing. It's pretty much how their life goes from day in to day out, do you know what I mean? Those sorts of stress and those sorts of problems. This is just normal life for us. Do you know what I mean? I grew up through this, and all these people that you see now probably were inspirations from Noel's mind, do you know what I mean? The people that he knew.
Like literally, like this is what's happening in life right now. Same way with Scarface and Godfather. We're gonna make it a bit entertaining and we're gonna use our imagination a bit, but like this is taken from real life.
Day 21.
this house, which will be Daly's third out, you motherfucker. Staple just went into my skin.
Biggest challenge about the scene tonight?
Coverage, man. It's the big end scene. You want it to look good, and we have a lot of coverage, which means we have to really move. We have to really motor. There's quite a few setups, and we have to make sure that we get them all in because we can't go back to the location that we're going to. It's tough because we've got this scene first, but we've got to get it done.
It's the big Curtis and Sam face-off. We've got a load of extras in police uniforms. We've got massive lighting rigs. I mean, actually, if you ever look over there, a part of me feels like this could be a much bigger movie than it actually is.
David walks around with his own floodlights.
Give him a good side.
Time is always an issue, obviously. But this one was tough because logistically working out, because you've got a vehicle driving in, we've got 20 SAs running in, we've got David and Nick running in, so that's a logistical problem. Plus we've got 2 cameras, because we're up against it time-wise, we've got 2 cameras, but that also creates its own problems because then we're like, well, they've got to be in sync and coordinating so they're both shooting different stuff at the same time and they're not coming into each other's shots. We've got the crane, which is brilliant because it just means that we're in Supermatic, cinematic. Supermatic, that's not a word.
It is now.
It is now, yeah, you heard it here first. But the crane's helping making it look really cinematic. But again, just takes time to build, takes time to move. But luckily, these crew, not bad.
What are you doing? We're shooting people up. We are shooting people up.
That's how we roll, man.
That's how we roll.
Loaded with our guns. Police officers armed up, guns at the ready, and we intercede potentially.
Intercede? We intercede someone. Basically, that means we shoot the fuck out of them.
Well, we were obviously very organised. We only secured this yesterday. Believe me, people, that is not a way to make movies, and that's what I tend not to try and do that on my films. But on this one, it proved a really tough location to find because what we're doing on this movie, like when you're making a low-budget movie, what you try and do is your unit base, where everyone's based, makeup, costume, production team. We try and make every location 10 to 15 minutes from that spot because logistically it means that we're not losing any time travelling and it means we get to spend the maximum amount of time shooting the film. However, trying to get a location like this 10-15 minutes from our base basically ended up being impossible. So the only one option we had was just like an astronomical amount of money, which meant that we had to go out further afield, and that led us to here. But yeah, literally only secured it yesterday, so there was a lot of nervous people around the office, and a lot of looks to me going, how are we going to sort this out? But luckily, like every problem on a film set, it's solvable with a bit of patience, a bit of hard work, and a little bit of luck.
Great, cut there.
Right there.
Great.
Curtis at this point is like a snake. Drops, withdraws until enough.
Yo, it could be about you and what one of your friends did. That's what you ducking the fence, hoping the fence is. Could have been a mistake or you never meant it. They don't really care, they just know you offended. This is what it's like living your life in trenches. Force for the tools, the knives and wrenches. When I played, you should be with the benches on the sideline.
That's great, nice and elaborate. How you feeling? How you feeling? Old. No, good stuff, man. That was a great first take, and the guys are really committed, man. Look, it's exciting times, man. It's fantastic.
Last day for your character?
It is last day, yeah. It's emotional. I'll concede that the crew are obviously devastated. Stephen is very upset it's my last day, even though it's his last day, but it's been overshadowed by the fact that it's my last day. And it's just, the atmosphere on set is just not the same, knowing that Daly will not be returning after today. But it's been a beautiful journey.
Second to last day, you're loving it. It's a Mickey, man. It's my man. It's my first day.
How's it been, Mick? What's the biggest challenge?
Every day.
Biggest challenge? Nothing. It's been plain sailing working for an old plaque. Never any bother. Comes in, lovely, laid back, chilled, lets everyone just get on with it, and he just rolls with it.
Our last day, and it's the second to last day of the whole thing, so.
And how's it been so far?
A lot of fun.
Enjoy working on this one, and this crew, and you. Rap party.
Yeah, rap party tomorrow night.
It's the final day. Do you want to walk through, mate? It's alright. It's my brother.
Hey! And there he goes.
It's been emotional. It's been tough. But at the same time, it's been a beautiful experience. My makeup department constantly let. Oh, there she is right now. Bob, how's the camera? This is our makeup designer. This is how hard she works. She doesn't even have time to get breakfast in the morning, so she has to get it when she can. Cause she's
eating on the go.
Eating on the
so
go.
overworked we are.
Right, cut. Sparing an absolute disaster, we will end up shooting this movie on schedule and on budget. Last day at Trellick Towers, which obviously is going to feature of the first 2 movies and sort of is the cool, it's almost like the Canary Wharf of West London. So it's quite fitting that we're there today, and yet we're doing this interview in a tiny little hallway of our uni base. So I'll see you on set in a bit. So we should cut to that. From there to on set, go bang.
I've rapped already. It's been a great experience. Day 6 for me.
Not long to rap party. 2 hours to go.
So much stress and I don't wanna just guess before I enter this game. Long awaited release.
Wait, cut there.
That is a picture rap of
That, my friends, is a rap. Hashtag the end.